Good morning. This is going to be a collective reading. This is going to be whatever comes out. I did a twin flame reading, and there was a follow-up to that I thought was pretty interesting. You should probably go watch that if twin flame resonates with you, especially if you're in a separation. And then there's another reading out too, that anybody who wanted to know like a new person coming towards you, that reading's out there too. Trigger warning, there's a past person in there too that's going to try to come back around, but does have new energy there. Anyways, let's get started with this. Please hit the like button, share, subscribe, comment. I'd like to know if this resonated. Okay, so what does the collective need to know? What does the collective need to know? Brick wall, defense mechanism, guarded, hard to reach. Player card, playing the field, not looking to settle, seeking options. Spilling the beans, revealing secrets, cats out of the bag, untrustworthy. Supersize me, doing too much, excessive overindulgence. So this brick wall card always gives me like blocked energy, like maybe somebody here could be blocked or something like that, or just making it very hard for somebody to reach them or something like that. And this could be somebody in the past. This could be like some sort of third party energy or something like that, or somebody was dealing with somebody that just didn't want to settle down, didn't want to commit or something. But with the Supersize Me card, it's almost like more than overindulgence or excessive. It does say doing too much, and I just feel like there's somebody here who, like, kind of like jumps over a barrier or something like that, or ignores this block or something like that, or goes around it or something. Spilling the beans, it's like they really want to talk. There's maybe some sort of confession or something like that. This person wants to give the collective or something. I also feel like maybe the collective found something out about this person that made it to where like there's no going back to the situation. There is untrustworthy here, so I feel like the collective cannot trust this person. I feel like maybe the collective may have walked away from somebody because they couldn't trust this person. Spiritually woke, self-awareness, cutting through illusions, detaching from ego. I do feel like this past person, though, I do feel like they are going through some sort of awakening, though. There is some sort of shift happening for this person. They're gaining some type of like self-awareness in the situation. There's some illusion this person may be letting go of. You know, I did talk about illusion in the twin flame reading. I did talk about illusion, an illusion that maybe the masculine was living. And I feel like also the feminine, you know, walked away from the situation because they too saw through the illusion, though. They saw through the illusion. Okay. Anyways, what does the collective need to know about this situation? What does the collective need to know about this situation? High Priestess card, Cancerian energy. Yeah, this is giving me of like energy of kind of no talking. Somebody's being quiet about something. Somebody's listening to their intuition. I feel like the collective maybe woke up and started to listen to their intuition in a situation. That's what caused them to walk away. But I also feel like this past person could also be listening to their intuition as well. Again, I feel like this person's having some sort of awakening. The Page of Swords in reverse. Yeah, there's somebody here is like not talking, but there is like some there's a lot of curiosity here. Like, there's a lot of curiosity here. I feel like this past person could be very curious about the collective for some reason. They could be looking at your social media or keeping tabs on you in some way. It's like I'm getting an energy of like a hard lesson that somebody had to learn or something like that. Some hard lesson somebody had to learn in a situation. I have the 7 of Cups. No, 8 of Cups. Yeah, there's... I'll clarify this, but this is just like somebody walking away from something they didn't want to walk away from. I feel like the collective walked away from a situation. And this could also be an energy of the other person walking away from a situation too. Some sort of illusion they're seeing through walking away. Judgment card, Scorpio energy. Yeah, that person is having an awakening. I feel like both people are having an awakening here. I feel like the awakening is happening for both people. Like, this 8 of Cups energy is giving me energy of like choosing oneself. And I feel like the collective chose themselves. And I feel like that this past person is, you know, choosing themselves as well. Okay. I have the 5 of Swords here. There's some sort of resentment though going on here. I feel like this past person, again, I have the player card out here. They could have been playing some sort of mind games or something like that with the collective. They could have been talking to other people again behind the collective's back. Maybe they chose somebody else or walked away with somebody else. I feel like the collective is feeling some sort of resentment. And it being next to the High Priestess is making me feel like that's why the collective walked away from the situation. That's why they are not. This could be a no contact situation, like I said, because of that energy. And there's the resentment here. 9 of Pentacles. I feel like there's somebody who's like standing in, you know, they've seen their worth in a situation. And I feel like the collective has seen their worth in a situation. And I also feel like the collective here is like okay with being alone. They're okay with being single. They're okay with not having this person in their life. Page of Cups in the reverse. I feel like the collective was dealing with somebody who was, you know, a little emotionally immature. This could have been a younger person, but there's just some immaturity here. Like maybe this past person didn't take things seriously, didn't take the relationship seriously. I have the Hanged Man here, Pisces energy. I have Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini, Cancer. I feel like yeah, I feel like the collective let go. They just let go. They saw things for what they were and they let go. Queen of Pentacles, yeah, they're nurturing themselves. They're standing on business. They're worried about their, you know, financial life, their job, their house, their car. Maybe this person has children. They're a parent. They're worried about that. That's what this, yeah, I have the 10 of Cups out here. They're worried about their life. They're worried about fulfilling happiness here. Empress card. Libra, Taurus energy, standing on business. And I also have the World card here. Ending a cycle. Yeah, a cycle was ended here. So tell me about why. Tell me about this 8 of Cups. Why did the collective have to walk away from this situation? What's this 8 of Cups, 5 of Swords energy, this resentment having to walk away? What is this? King of Cups. Could have been another person involved in the situation. Tower card. Aries, Scorpio energy. I feel like somebody here, this could have been like a really volatile situation or something like that. And I feel like there was, you know, the the collective was giving they're all in a situation, and again, that's above the Page of Pentacles in reverse, and I feel like the collective was giving their all in a situation, and they weren't getting the same back in return. And so the situation just kind of blew up. Tell me some more about this Tower card. Tell me some more about this Tower card. Ten of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, there was a betrayal here. This was a betrayal here. I have the Three of Pentacles. This could have been a third-party situation. Maybe that's why the collective walked away. I feel like the collective really tried to like cooperate in the situation, whatever this was. They tried to cooperate. They tried to go along to get along, and they decided, nope, I'm not doing that. Fuck that. I'm not doing this. Okay. So tell me something about this Judgment card. What is this Judgment card? This Awakening. Tell me about this Judgment card. Ten of Pentacles. Somebody here is there's a tree in the middle of this card, and this is giving me like roots. Somebody here is thinking about their roots. They're thinking about the long term. They're thinking about where they want their life to go, who they want to spend their life with. This person is doing some long-term thinking, and I feel like this is both the past person and the collective as well. And I think this is the reason why the collective ended the cycle, because they didn't want to spend forever in a situation with somebody like this. And also I feel like this past person is also having this awakening as well, and they're thinking about the long term. And I feel like there is some sort of conversation here though that's coming. I feel like there's some sort of conversation this past person wants to have. Okay. So what is this past person's actions going to be? What is this past person's actions going to be? Full card, Aries energy, Knight of Cups, water energy, Ten of Wands, Sagittarius energy. I mean, I feel like this I feel like this is this is burdening the past person, or if they really do want to come forward, they want to express some sort of feelings to the collective or something like that. My problem I'm having is the Fool can be pretty non-committal. And it also is kind of giving me an energy of like a spur of the moment type thing, where maybe this kind of weighs heavily on this past person enough to where they this is like an all of a sudden thing. They all of a sudden decide to reach out. I have the Knight of Cups here, and that's not the King of Cups, that's the Knight of Cups. So it's like there's expression of feelings here. But as far as this being long term, I don't know. I mean, this is on this person's mind. This past person is, when they're thinking about the collective, they are thinking about the long term, okay? They are thinking about that. I have the Eight of Swords here. They're very stuck in their head about it. They are stuck in their head about it. Two of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. Sagittarius energy. And I have the Nine of Cups here too. The collective, this is a wish fulfillment, okay? You are a wish fulfillment for this person. They do feel the connect with you. They feel deeply connected to you. They feel drawn to you. They feel like the universe is kind of guiding them back to you. This person could be seeing synchronicities or something, like signs and synchronicities. I feel like this person, they can't escape you. I feel like they can't escape you. No matter what they do, they can't escape thoughts of you. I feel like they try to, but they can't. Ace of Swords. They want to talk. They want to talk. Star card. Aquarius energy. They want to heal something, and have the Justice card, Libra energy. They want to make something right. They want to make something right. They want to restore order, balance, or something like that in a situation. You know, she's like sitting here staring into the water. This person could have a lot of tattoos. But she's sitting here staring at the water and a star that's in the water, and it's like maybe, I feel like at nighttime is when this person thinks of you the most. I feel like at nighttime is what, okay, I'm feeling like at nighttime this person is when they have like the deep thoughts of you, long-term thoughts, and I feel like during their daytime, Sun card, Knight of Wands energy, I feel like they kind of snap back in their ego or something like that. I feel like they snap back in their ego, and then they have other things going on, and so they really don't think about it as much. They do still think about it, but it's like they have other things going on in their life, and so they you know, but it's but at nighttime, I'm telling you, this person, when nothing else is going on in this person's life, they cannot escape you. But you know, this Knight of Wands energy, again, it's another knight. I feel like there could be some inconsistent energy here from this person, though. There's something inconsistent about this person. What is this Knight of Wands? Tell me what this Knight of Wands is. King of Swords. Yeah, I feel like that goes along with this. Like I said, during the day, I feel like that their extreme want to reach out, their extreme want to be with the collective becomes a little more cold and cut off. They're okay without it for some reason. Again, this person could be in a relationship with somebody else or something like that, and so, you know, that person's not asleep, so they're in their face, they're dealing with this person, and so they're feeling like this person has their attention, is what I'm trying to say. And so, you know, it's a little easier to stave off thoughts of the collective. I have the Three of Cups here in the reverse. I do feel like whatever situation they've chosen here, they're dealing with somebody, Knight of Swords. They're dealing with somebody, could be an air sign or a water sign. They're dealing with somebody who is I feel like this person that they're dealing with is a difficult person for them to deal with. I'm not going to read too much into this other person's energy, but I feel like they're dealing with somebody that's kind of difficult to deal with. And I do feel like that's a little bit of the reason why this person sometimes wants to reach back out to you or go back to you or whatever. But that's not a good reason to come back towards somebody. Something else not working out is not a good reason to come back towards somebody else. That's treating somebody like an option. That's hurtful. Yeah, I have the Seven of Swords here. There's a little bit of like, there's a little bit around the back energy about this. I'm not going to lie. This person, there's a little bit of deceptive energy around this. What is this Seven of Swords? Let me get my other cards. What is this deceptive energy here? I feel like that's what it is. I feel like this person has treated the collective like an option, and I feel like the collective is an option to this person. They feel the connect. They want to be with the collective. They have these thoughts. But Ace of Cups. It's almost like this person wants to come back towards the collective because it's almost like a new, fresh energy for this person. You could have been dealing with somebody who came in, maybe love bombed or something like that, had a lot of you know, a lot of really nice things to say. They were being consistent. They were, you know, and then the newness wore off of the situation, so they went and they bounced to somebody else. That's what I'm getting from this. But, I mean, this person has some, like, stirrings going on inside them. They do. I have the Star card again here, Aquarius energy. That they have, there is, their soul is fighting with their ego right now. And I feel like this other relationship this person is in, or this other whatever this person chose, whatever life this person chose over the collective is, again, not, it's not as fulfilling. And they know that. Because, you know, our soul doesn't give a shit what our ego's telling us. Our souls don't give a shit what our egos want. And so if you're doing something out of ego, and your soul's going to fight your ego, it's going to be a back and forth in your head. It's going to be a war in your head is what it's going to be. And I feel like that's what this person has going on. They have a war going on about this. And I feel like it's a little bit of a quieter war during the day, but when the night comes, it's, they can't escape it. So, tell me some more about this situation. Ace of Swords. They want to talk. Two of Wands. They want to talk. They do want to talk. Eight of Wands. Communication. Death card in the reverse. They have not moved on. They have not moved on from this situation. Strength card in the reverse. Leo energy. I feel like they, like, this person has a lack of self-control. I do want to say this. This supersize me card out here, this excessive overindulgence, this person does have a lack of self-control. They do. I feel like that's what made this situation what it was from the very get-go, is that this person has a lack of self-control. And I feel like this person, again, like, they come in strong, and then it gets, the newness wears off, and then this person gets restless, and then they go and they find something else. Yeah, Fool card here. Non-committal energy, like I said. I mean, whatever this person comes forward and says to the collective, they're being sincere. They are sincere. They're acting from sincerity when they reach out to the collective, if they do. But the problem is just this person is still very much, there's a lot about ego here for this person. It's a lot about ego here for this person. Ten of Swords, yeah. I feel like this person knows whatever betrayal happened here in the past. I feel like this person knows what they did, and I feel like this is, they think maybe it's bad enough that there's no coming back from it. Like this person, again, they've gained some sort of self-awareness. They have. Though they may be acting from ego, they are going through a moment in their lives where this is like almost like a detachment from ego. They're having to. I feel like this is what's happening for this person. I feel like they're becoming self-aware. I feel like they know what they've done. I feel like now it is really weighing on this person, the decisions that they've made, especially when it comes to the collective. I feel like if they chose another relationship, they're now looking at that relationship and it doesn't look the same to them as what it once did. Eight of Cups in the reverse, but I don't know if I see this person walking away from that situation anytime soon. Knight of Swords, yeah, this person could, this person has a lack of self-control. And as I say that, here comes the Emperor card, Aries energy. The Emperor does have self-control. And so, But I almost kind of feel like this person wants to stand on business in a situation too. Like this is a back and forth. Again, they got the Two of Wands out here, so it is some sort of decision that this person is having to make. There is some decision here that this person's having to make, and I feel like they really want to stand on business in a situation, but they also have this side of them that is, you know, I feel like this person is considering the possibility that reaching out to you may mean that they're making some sort of snap judgment. Is what I'm getting from that. They're considering that, I feel. Yeah. Temperance card, Sagittarius energy. The way she's pouring water back and forth in her cups, it's like I feel like this person's considering this. I also feel like they don't want to disturb your peace. I feel like they know they have disturbed your peace. Three of Swords, they know they have broken your heart, put you in a third party situation, whatever this person did. And I feel like they know that on some level, them coming back towards you or reaching out to you could disturb your peace. They know that. Seven of Cups. I feel like this person... Hanged Man, Pisces energy. This person, something's becoming illuminated for this person, though. It is. It is. Some sort of illusion that this person has been living in. They are seeing it for what it is. Yeah. Two of Swords. Trying to make some kind of decision. This is like a head over heart decision this person's trying to make. Okay, so what is going to be the outcome in the situation? Or what's a possible outcome in the situation? What's a possible outcome in the situation? Knight of Cups. Three of Pentacles. Moon card, Pisces energy, and the Lover's card, Gemini energy. And the King of Cups. I feel like this person, you know, they can't deny the connection they have with the collective. They cannot at all. And I feel like they do want to come forward. I feel like they are going to come forward and they are going to want to have some sort of conversation. I also feel like they may be talking about this with other people around them. They may be getting advice from other people about this. There's some fear involved here, like an element of unknown. I feel like this person doesn't know what they'd be getting themselves into if they tried to come back towards you. But they have some very deep feelings here with this King of Cups Lover's card. I'm hearing that song from Fuel, Hemorrhage. That's what I'm hearing right now as I'm looking at the King of Cups. Might go look up those lyrics. Might resonate with your situation, but I'm hearing that. Empress card. Libra, Taurus energy. They are definitely seeing the situation in a different light. They're seeing you in a different light. By the way, I'm sitting here looking at the Emperor, the Lover's card, and the Empress card. This definitely could be twin flame. Doesn't have to be, may not be for everybody, but that may resonate with some. Four of Wands. They're thinking about some sort of reunion. And this could end up being some sort of reunion, but again, I'm still looking at this Eight of Cups here. In the reverse. This person may not have walked away from another situation. They may have a hard time doing so. This person does have, ego problems. They are having a spiritual awakening, but they have ego problems. They do. They have ego problems, and there's some sort of illusion here that this person is, they're seeing through it. But again, this happened, and if this feels recent to me, so I would take that into consideration, anyways. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there. That's what I have for the collective. I'm probably gonna do some more readings at some point today, probably more towards the evening time. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. I love seeing comments. I love to know if this resonated or not. So thanks for watching.